Well, Ham fam, welcome back to our channel. I'm Debbie.
I'm Darren.
And it's the Vic.
It's the Vic.
I have currently got a Cadbury's cream egg box on my table that contains Pan, but it's debatable whether it'll come out or not, really. Right, so we're going to get this little guy away.
Yep.
And then we got some bits.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Hey.
I've got my sellotape if that helps.
No, I've got sellotape there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not organised, folks.
We are.
It's how it goes.
Yep, it's just how we roll.
No, it's how
Mom,
it rolls. Right, guys, now we normally start off, as you know, with Word of the Week, but we both felt that we wanted to say as much as we can promise you laughs, giggles and amusing facts and stories as our usual ones go on. We wanted to mention, just to say, quite simply, our thoughts go out to the Queen's family at this time. Both of us. To be honest, guys, you know that we've been pretty good at getting this out on a Friday now.
Yeah.
We currently, what we usually do is record on a Thursday morning.
And edit it on Friday.
And edit it on Friday. Well, don't edit it. However, there were two reasons we didn't yesterday. One, if I'm completely honest, we completely lost track of the day. So, yeah, it went a bit peculiar. So then I'm sat here, I've got the TV on, about to work out what
we're working the things through, weren't we?
Yeah. And we get, well, first of all, we get a message from Dan's mum saying about the Queen's health. So at that point I'm glued to the TV, and you know, we're both royalists basically. We love our royal family.
We love the Queen.
As that. Unashamedly, to be perfectly frank with you. What I would say is, those of you that aren't that fussed, fair dues, but honestly, it's going to be over everything, and the reason for that is she was our Queen, guys, whether you are a royalist or not. Yeah. But yeah, we wanted to set our thoughts out. But the other reason we didn't do it on a Thursday is, can you imagine trying to do a caption and funny, light-hearted things when all both of us could do to start off with was cry our eyes out? And again, I'm unashamed over this. You know, it is what it is. And we didn't really feel in the mood at that point to do the video. So, with all good intentions of setting out, I actually set up in bed with one of the hamsters on the bed. Tyrion was out. And I was going through my little book, putting bits down and whatnot. So, you know, I thought this is going quite well so far. Aaron's computer decided that it refused to work. So
it wouldn't even bring up. It's going all right at the moment, fingers crossed. But it wouldn't even bring up the folders without saying not working.
So essentially, guys, what time is it?
It is 25 to 11.
So it's 25 to 11 on the 9th of the 9th, and we would normally you'd have had this
on about 2.5 hours ago.
I'm betting that at least one of you has noticed. Pink Poodle. No, she didn't notice.
Pink Poodle doesn't look until Saturdays.
Oh, you're slucky enough, honestly.
Andrew probably nice.
Yes. So, I know that some of you may. I know also a lot of you don't watch until Saturday morning. Unfortunately, it is likely that it will be out a little bit later, possibly, than we'd intended. But it certainly won't be going on until Saturday, unless some miracle happens and we work out how to attach the hamsters to the computer. So guys, I've waffled on, as per. Right.
So we have got.
We have got so much, guys. We've got our word of the week.
Word of the week. Word of the week.
Our word of the week is minimus.
Is that like a hamster?
No.
Minimus.
It's actually the official name for the little finger and also little toe. Do you think they'd give it two different names, being one's on your foot and the other one's on your hand?
It's a minimus.
But I am not
so
a scientist.
Is that a big mus then? That one.
Careful what you're doing.
Is that a big mus? That one, and that one's a little mus.
I don't know. It's probably the index finger, the other one. Unless that's not. Actually, that's the point. That's going to be the Latin name, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I
don't know, 'cause the middle finger's longer.
Well, surely the maximus would be the thumb. Write on it if you guys know. I may well check it out on Google.
Maximus, what is some sort of gladiator? Maximus glutinous flagellus.
Oh, and for those of you wanting to know, the Queen's favourite film is Flash Gordon. He's the one that walked up, and I was thinking of Brian Blessed in his sandals, you see. So there you go. Everything goes on.
Oh, we could have done with a hamster as well, because we had Vic, boom, ta.
And the pan of fluff.
And there was a pan of fluff.
He seems quite happy about the fact he's on my table, Karen.
He probably bloody noticed.
Yes. He seemed quite chuffed over the fact that he's on the table. The thing is, he won't get out the egg box.
No.
So the most you might get to see later on is the egg box, because I will show you something.
I am the egg box. I am the walrus.
You're letting down your fans, man. Right, so, as I said, minimus and little finger and little toe. So,
little finger, does that mean? He would be minimus. Little finger.
Oh, good grief. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw him in something recently, actually.
Yeah.
I can't remember what. Anyway.
Yep.
We're waffling. I apologise, guys, but...
You know it, guys.
You know how we are. You know.
What is next, anyway?
Right.
Oh,
so,
next is the Sherlock puzzle.
It's the Sherlock puzzle, indeed. So what was last week's?
Last week's was...
Remind.
The prison.
Oh, that's right. It was a combination.
Which was basically a combination, You had to get the combination. There are 5 dials, each numbered 0 to 9. Right,
I was really lazy. So what I did...
You made up a number.
Not exactly. I was a bit more technical than that. You said about it being a number, and since apparently the answer to the life and universe and everything else is 42, I put 4,242. I thought 42 would be too few, so I just did it twice. Yes, that is exactly how my mind works, people. I'm a medical curiosity.
Right. Well, the bit on it could be that there's 10 digits on each one, and 5. So that'd be 10 to the power of 5, which is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 100,000.
That reminds me, what's that?
Pin numbers to the power of 4. So there's only 10,000 combinations of the pin number.
What did our fabulous fans say?
What did they say? Right, we've got Angela. I think the answer to Holmes would be 10 to the power of 5, which would be 100,000.
Well, we already know Angela's clever. We do. We do.
We've got Journey into the Realm.
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes. It's early, but I'm thinking if there are 10 possibilities on each dial, that would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. No idea what the answer is at this time of the morning, so I'm going to use my calculator. 2 ticks. How honest can you get? 100,000. You can laugh now. That's got to be wrong. No, it isn't wrong. No.
No, you were quite right. Well done. And I love the fact that you guys get into this as much as we're as happy as.
And got Pink Poodle.
Yeah.
Says, when you read out the answer to Sherlock last week, I squealed. Yeah, we heard that. We heard about that. What's the it's Halloween one? I think you said about it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. That she scored on there.
Seriously, guys, check out her channel.
She's got Halloween haul from Home Bargains.
So cute, the little blue ones. They're real, but you know, the miniature poodles.
Yeah. So I meant the same mirror, but with the wedding I got confused. That was last week because on the other one, she said Barber, which was the week before, instead of mirrors,
But
which
you know
on the other riddle.
The thing is, I totally get her, and I get that she gets me. I mean, the thing is, it's so totally something that I could easily do myself.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, you know.
On the Sherlock one, this one thinks the answer is the one combination, which is the right one. Technically, there is only one combination that's the right one, but yes.
Technically, actually, I like that.
Yeah, so technically, only one combination is the right one.
She's answered the question with a questioning answer. I love that. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
all of them? Yep, that's all of them. So, this week we've got whiskey.
I'm hoping this shows up light. I feel like I'm sitting in the dark.
It looks like in the dark.
Yeah,
but it looks very light on there.
It looks nice on the thing. Darren would looks like he's got a halo, and my one cooks me.
Yeah, because the light behind me here. There's a light there.
Right, I'm trying to find the hour where I need to put
right, whiskey. I took a sip from my glass of whiskey and relaxed back into the armchair, enjoying the warmth of the merry fireplace in front of us. This is excellent, Holmes. He nodded, as it should be, at 7 shillings. I winced. Can you get anything back for the empty bottle? Yes, the brandy's worth 80 pence more than the glass. There are, of course, 12 pence to shilling. How much was a bottle worth?
Does it have to be old money?
Yeah, got it. Well, no, it'd be in pence.
Oh, sorry. Not being funny. I don't remember shillings. I barely remember half.
I don't know shillings. I don't. Well, it came in before you were born, and it came in just after I was born, so it wasn't a bit I actually know the metric.
That's a fair point. But I just think shilling is such a fun word.
It is. Shilling, groats, guineas.
Or what was the thing I saw the other day? It included goats in it. I can't remember now.
Oh yeah, I never did the answer to the last one.
No, you didn't.
What was the answer to the last one? Since you make any number between 00000 and 99999 and no others, there are precisely 100,000 possible combinations for the lot.
Yeah, but you knew anyway, and so did Angela and Journey, and Pink Poodle got it spot on as well.
Right.
I like that. No, I completely get that. I think that's brilliant. I really do. Right.
Ooh.
I just thought.
Don't have a thought.
No.
What?
Lolly hasn't been having a go at the quizzes.
No, I know she had a. She told us last week that she had a.
Oh, that's right.
She had an event on, but she didn't tell us until after we'd actually recorded this. We couldn't actually tell you she had an event on. She had an event on in Leeds, but we couldn't actually tell you that until.
You do sell bits and things like that, and you do events and what have you.
Let us know beforehand. We can tell you, because there may be other people around your area that actually watch us.
That's right. And
I don't know where the most of the people are.
We know that we're listened to by a lot more than we actually have joined in. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed, do, because honestly we have got a massive prize, and we're going to hear about that in the second half at the end. You want to watch the start of the second half anyway, because that's where the medical chat may be coming in.
Alright, so we've got Darren's riddle. Right. Last week's one was a man walks 1 mile south, 1 mile west, 1 mile north, and ends up where he started.
Right.
During his walk, he saw a bear. What colour was the bear?
White.
It was. Because it was a polar bear. Because the only place in the world where you can walk 1 mile south, 1 mile west, or 1 mile north, and then at where we started, it's the North Pole.
I mean, I know my mind can work in riddles, which is possibly why I'm better at riddles.
Yep. Got Angela got it.
Yay!
Journey into the Realm. She sort of got, because she said she feels like a fraud answering it because it's worded different. It's a differently worded version one she went from years ago. Just as a clue, it can be a certain colour because where you start and end, where the start end point could be. Probably more confusing than helpful, but no, it lets you know that you know where it actually is. Because there is only one place where we can start and end there.
That's right.
And Pink Poodle, the riddle is polar bear, so it's won it.
Well done.
Hey, this week's one even. You're in a dark room with a box of matches. Nearby are 3 things: a candle, an oil lamp, and a log of firewood. Which do you like first?
I do actually know the answer to that one, I'm telling you. Right, so now then, last week's caption was...
Caption of the week, and that was... Yep, there he is. Right, we have got... Go on then, what you got?
I've got... I also have heard of the Blues Brothers with the orange coat. Right, go on then.
Yeah. Angela got no nail baby, I've got a headache. I'm not drinking again.
I thought something hangover, but I've run out of space. So yes, I think that's brilliant.
We've got Journey into the Realm. She forgot to put one on last week. She watched it, but she forgot to put them on. But the caption from last week, which was the Robin kicking booty off the side.
Oh yeah, you love that.
Yeah. She had, I loved last week's. I'd get off me nuts. And
sorry.
And don't be such a tit.
Oh.
Right. This week's one is Mama needs the me time, or this orang is going to top up her tan.
Oh, that's bloody brilliant! Sorry, that is very well done.
Yes, we got. Oh, we've got Pink Poodle. She's got a few.
Oh, I like her.
Right. I told you it wasn't a Blues Brothers.
See?
Yeah.
Sounds very similar.
Look, son, I started with Clint Eastwood, so I have to wear this, so I'm not recognised. Right turn, Clyde. You don't know, that's any which way you can and any which way but loose.
Yeah, there's a monkey called Clyde.
Yeah, the monkey called Clyde, which is, yeah, they're brilliant films. I have actually got them over there. They're not cheap though.
I actually remember years and years ago, I was only a child.
Got the motorbike gang.
I saw a bit of a newspaper magazine, and you know where they put, like, rather than putting the whole word, they'll sometimes put a dash and then finish the end of the word in the next bit on the little columns. Well, I turned around to my mum and I said, "Mum, what's an orange U-tang?" So from then on,
she's called an orange U-tang.
Yeah, in our household, an orangutan's been known as an orange U-tang.
Yeah. Right, what else we got? We've got the classic. We got
one of the agency ones.
Why is the casting agency typecasting me as a cool King Louis? They say if you put on certain glasses, you can see the timey-wimey universe. Well, that's what Doctor Who said.
That's above my head.
I know something about timey-wimey. I think that was David Tennant's one.
Oh, well, I think.
He's back in at Christmas. They're doing a one-off one, and they're possibly talking about doing a spin-off with him and Karen Tate in it.
Didn't I, silly me?
Right, I got, and the 5th one. I feel like a cool dude. Danny Zuko is nothing on me. You know, Danny Zuko's from Greece.
Right. If you don't know that, check it out. It's good.
Yeah.
So good.
If you don't know that, then you're not the one that I want.
God. Honey. I'm sorry I had two people.
That's right, yeah. That's when he went to the doctors and they say, "What's wrong with you?" So I've got these chills, they're multiplying.
I love it. Right, so posted last week.
Oh no, caption this week.
Oh my goodness, I
Look at him.
got him.
Look at him. Look at that. Look at my foot. Look at my foot.
Lovely. I was going to say
Bigfoot lives.
Easter, but I was worried. I was so worried that
You'd forget about him.
I'd end up forgetting it.
Easter.
So,
Christ
yeah, I
almighty.
know, this is it. Well, I found him just after Easter, so he's been on my phone a fair while, and I thought, no, I'm going to use him. But yeah, I just think he's wicked.
I've got another 7 months to leave. But yes, right. Now, video's posted this week.
I apologise. Don't forget to do the caption though, we love the caption.
Yes.
Right, posted, we had Blue Knitting Bonanza, which was a haul, obviously.
Yeah. You just read it off the thing, didn't you? You didn't read what the title was.
Yeah, I just read it off there, but I knew it was what's it, because I haven't actually
You just looked
done
to
one on the
you just looked to
thing,
say
but-
what Pam called it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You look, I'm looking at it as a new lunatic banana.
See, Pan,
You're on the screen, yeah.
I want to see your mobile.
It hangs from the
Right.
ceiling.
Believe it or not, we used to have a hamster that had nightmares a lot, so we used to dream catcher and that.
We did, yeah. Right.
Right, so then we got, oh yeah, the hamsters with bread and butter pudding from their nonna.
Yeah, it was raspberry and
From their
coconut.
Grammy, sorry. Nonna's.
It's quite funny. It's quite funny. They've all got different bits, especially when
They are very different.
especially when
Mishka.
Mishka kept spitting the coconut out.
She does. You see white bits being sat across the room. That's her spitting out the coconut. And when I turned the spoon over, she was also hiding it underneath the spoon. Strange enough, she just absolutely hates coconut unless it's type on London cheesecake, which is obviously more sugary. But surprisingly enough, she doesn't tend to like sweet things at all.
No.
She loves her carbs. Right.
Next one.
Fixed Harry Potter Niffler's build. Now the reason it's fixed,
It was fixed because thanks
Thank
Pink
you
Poodle for
so
letting me
much.
know,
Yes.
letting us know. Because when I do those little ones like that, I have the creating bit which I speed up or slow down or whatever depending on what time it takes to do it as time lapse. So and then I add music to it, and then I have to edit that separately, and then put it off, and then I the other bits, and I'll do the start, and I'll do the end, and then I'll put that in the centre, put the ends on, and
Basically,
finish
it's
off.
like making a sandwich.
Yeah, only I didn't put it in the centre. So all the original one had the introduction, it had the end, with a bit of it, and that was it.
It was funny though.
Yeah.
But no, thankfully, as I say, thanks to Pink
Pink Poodle let us know.
found out about it really quickly.
Yeah. So I managed to fit it in and get it in because I still had it on the. It still stayed on the program because I hadn't deleted it off. So all I had to do was literally put that in and then reformat it through again.
Then we had Crafty September box.
Yep.
Also, guys, next week I believe John's going to be putting on the projects that was held back for a couple of months. The second craft project.
Yes.
Yes. Basically, I've done that now. So I've got the third
The
one
apron.
to do, and then
The
once
print
I've
apron, wasn't it?
done this one, I'm sort of up to date. We have got a past one as well. So right. So we have still got more to film.
We have.
And we also, I think we've got still more hauls or not now.
Oh, I've got more holes on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've still got Wrestle Crate one to do, and we've got a HB Game of Thrones one. We had on from last week.
No, it's driving me nuts. I've been so excited about it, and I keep looking at it, but
well, we've got some that are due.
Yeah.
They should have been through by now, but because of the strike, the Royal Mail strike, we haven't received them through.
I support it wholeheartedly. They're expected to do far more than they used to do. You know, their runs are much longer.
They pick up parcels now as well.
Yeah, that's it. Now they're expected to pick up the post as well as dropping it off. I'm sorry, but you truly will pay them. Right. And never mind. But the point is, you know, I'm just saying, but our postie Rick is lovely.
Yeah, he is.
We are very fond of him. Yep. Right. So, crafting this week, all I have done, I've only added one hat to the picture,
you
which
said
is...
there wasn't a crafting
I know,
bit.
I forgot.
I didn't put it in.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
I did a wasting hat for earbud. No pictures yet because he hasn't actually put it on yet.
Yeah.
Right, so that's all I did loom wise. Because I've been spending a bit of time on a puzzle. Oh, excuse me. And the puzzle I did was a Destiny one, rock around the clock.
Yeah. And that's what it looks like before. And that's what it looked like in the future.
So basically, it's them in the future, in a sense.
Yeah.
I really love those. So cool. Right.
Right, what's next?
TV and film, people. But before that, I'm going to have to send Aaron on an expedition.
Yeah.
To get a dirt coat. Right, guys, so we are back in the living. I will show you Pan in a minute, but he's going to munch on some pretzel. It's his first ever pretzel, people. Right, so TV and film. Is that nice? Is it because it's curly or confused? Don't take it, what does it? Right, so, hang on. Mind your obstacles. Look, everybody! It's a pan.
Pan, 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 pan,
Right, you go to Dad. Mummy's got bits of broken pretzel over it. Right, guys, so when we left you last week on TV and films, we've been telling you about Ghostbusters Afterlife. And I believe we just started on Ghostbusters then, but didn't mention it. Because after we did the filming, we then went on to see Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Which are classic. If you haven't seen them, and you're our age, I think that would be considered a small miracle. So, let's know if you are a miracle.
I didn't see the second one. I saw the first one in the cinema.
No, I never saw either of them at the cinema.
My mum, cousin and auntie.
Right, then we also watched a series on YouTube called Turn Back Time.
Yes, it is BBC one. It says on there, seen on the ABC, but it's not. It's on BBC. But Turn Back Time. Basically, you've got one street. You had three houses. We had the upper middle class, the middle class, and working class families. Working class.
Yeah,
families, and they lived through the times. And as different bits,
houses were done.
Different houses, and they were done on how they worked. It was very good.
It was from Edwardian right through to...
it's one street.
It's the 70s it went up to.
Yes, one street and three families. Fast forward through 100 years of change.
It's not the exact three families, because obviously,
Big strange, yeah.
it followed a relation of theirs, basically,
Yeah.
which also makes it unique because they were effectively living how that relation would live. And honestly, I mean, it was really good. You know how much I love history anyway, and this is right up my street. Because what
And
I
actually, so they were actually available on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which was amazing, really.
We've got one down to watch next week, which is good.
Yeah, we've watched one episode, but we never put it on yet, which is the High Street.
But we won't say any more about that because obviously we'll tell you
at the time. Yeah.
Right. Then we went on a bit of a
film sesh.
Yeah.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Which was Sean Connery's last film.
I mean,
people state it. People say it was the reason why it was Sean Connery's last film. But we enjoy it. We like it. It's a bit of fun.
Well and good, but it is only ever the opinion of that person. And sometimes you'll get people that will jump on the bandwagon and agree with that person, even though they may not have seen the film. So, the opinions we give are our own.
Yeah. And
they're organically our own. They're not, you know.
Yeah, so I've seen it loads of times and love it.
Yes, I do unashamedly. Which seems to be my word of the week this week.
Yeah.
Right, Hellboy 1 and 2.
Yep, it's the original Hellboy. The original Hellboy and the second film. Yeah.
They're excellent films.
We have watched the third one, well, the remake they did with David Harbour from.
We'll give it a go again. Honestly,
from Stranger Things. It lacked it. They said it was going to be. They said the third one was going to be more of a bit to the comic books, and it wasn't.
Actually, I disagree. I think that
the original one was the other ones were more like the comic book.
Yeah,
yeah, they were. They said the third one was the remake was going to be closer to the comic books, and it wasn't.
I've got a lot of respect for Hellboy because at the end of the day, he loves cats. I also love cats, as you know. Right.
Next
was one watch.
Yep. Last Sunday they had Sunday. Whatever one. WWE Clash at the Castle, which was in Cardiff, Wales. Oh, no. They had a bit there, and so I watched that pay-per-view. Misha from Cold Box and her partner Kyle, they went there. But again, they're not that far from Cardiff either. So it's like
I mean, is it just me? But the minute somebody says Cardiff, Wales, you sort of think Captain Jack. And
no, surely we're more like Plymouth, isn't it?
No, not
Cardiff.
Really.
Yeah. Why Cardiff?
I don't know. But
people in Plymouth thought like Captain Jack.
Wasn't she? And
Captain Jack. Who was Welsh? Oh, you're talking about Torchwood.
Torchwood.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh,
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack Harkness.
But yes, I watched that. And while I watched that, Debbie watched.
Right, rather a lot actually. Yeah. I watched.
Well, you watched that while I was out.
Yeah.
While I was out in the afternoon.
That's right. I watched. He's not that into you.
He's just not that into you.
He's just not that into you. It's not that film. It's an easy rom-com. It's a little bit sad in places and a little bit happy. It just varies.
It's got Batman and a Scarlet and Black Widow in it as well.
So we've got Jennifer Anderson and Drew Barrymore. I love Drew Barrymore. Yeah. I really do. Then I went on to Legally Blonde and Legally Blonde 2, and we shall never ever mention Legally Blonde. These are two of my favourite ones. I love these. I'm not.
Is it a rom-com?
It is really, but it's also about beating the odds, which I love.
Yeah.
And also the fact that everybody thinks she should be one way because of how she looks and how she talks. But in actual fact, she's pretty smart cooking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's all fiction, but it's just one of those movies that makes you feel nice. You know, it's easy. Then, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is what we were mostly watching, wasn't it? This was when I was watching that. We went on to the Twilight films.
I have a theory that I can only watch
bunnies.
so many films without going back to Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey or Hunger Games or the Harry Potter films. I'm pretty... it loops, and of course there's only so long I'll go without watching Miss Marple as well. And go along with Poirot, not Miss Marple. I have to watch them every so often as well. Then I went on to...
then we went on to...
Well, we went on to, sorry.
Yeah. The 5 Underworld films.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. They're brilliant, actually. They are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I enjoy them, sometimes I'm not so fussed.
Yeah.
But no, they are good films, essentially.
So Blood Wars is... There's only the second time we've seen that.
Yeah.
So it was yeah, it's good.
Honest,
but it's,
I enjoyed them more this time round as well.
Yeah. My favourite bit is still in the first one, where she drops off of the balcony and hits the floor and just starts walking.
Yeah.
That's cool as anything, that is. But yes, as Debbie said, after that we went on to the Blade trilogy,
which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Third film's a bit...
The third's a bit ropey, but
I still love it. You know,
you've got Blade, you've got Whistler's Daughter, and you've got you've got Ryan Reynolds doing an early version of Deadpool.
He's really funny in it. I don't like Deadpool. I apologise to those who do love it, but it annoys me. It's like it tries too hard, basically. I just don't get it. Then we watched
Interview with a Vampire,
which is beautifully done.
Next month, in America, was on ABC. They've got Interview with a Vampire, the TV series coming up. We don't know about the release date yet on it. They've changed a lot.
Yeah.
Louis is a black guy who owns a club.
I haven't got a problem with that.
Because when I saw he was a black, guy, I thought it had to be different because he was a plantation owner, and you wouldn't have got a black plantation owner. But they've also moved the time forward as well.
That's why then it's done it.
Yeah, but they've moved the time forward as well. But Claudia is being played by a 19-year-old
which doesn't
woman,
work. It
which
really
is
won't work.
Really strange, because the reason they didn't like her because she was too young.
That's right.
And
I mean, there was the whole thing of
so she was created too young, and she couldn't be. She wasn't a woman. She would never be a child.
That's right.
She was a doll.
One of the reasons why she went against
the stat
in the first place. So
That's
I'm
right.
not quite sure what they're
she
going to do.
She killed a woman to put in there because she would never be like her.
Yeah.
And he teased her about it and bits like that. And but yeah, it doesn't. It won't. Can't see how it's going to work. But if you get shown over here, we'll give it a go.
Oh yes, of course we will.
Because it's supposed to be. It's the bit that Christopher Rice and Anne Rice were working on before she died.
Yeah, so
it's done. It's done with her in mind on it. So hopefully it'll be good, because it's supposed to be going through the whole lot.
I don't know, because I think sometimes
it's supposed to be going through all the books
too much. Because when you televise something, it is very, very different.
Yeah.
To a book. And I can think of one case where I would say quite merrily, the Roy Grace books I absolutely love.
Oh, Grace on the TV ones.
Grace TV series. I watch them because I see them through once. I intend on watching it again because I need to see whether I like it any better. But honestly, I would say the fact that he's injecting himself too much, he's losing too much, because he knows the book as well as he does.
Yeah.
And bits like that, I just feel that a lot's been left out.
Yes, I watched the first one. I watched the first one, but I hadn't read the book,
series.
and I didn't know what was going on. Mind you, I had the same with. That's what we got.
I'm so sorry, guys, because we completely got off subject.
His Dark Materials.
Yes, I love that.
The first one of that, because I've never read the book, I didn't have a clue what was going on because a lot of it missed out.
I'm going to reel you back because we're talking about films that we aren't watching at the moment.
After that,
Queen of the
Damned.
Yep. And then I watched Forrest Gump, which is, I just love it. It's been such a long time since I'd seen it, and it is. Tom Hanks is hugely talented. I know some people are a bit marmite on him, but I think it was brilliant. It was a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Right, then you've got
Right to the Core, and we watched about half of it. No, we watched more than that.
We watched about 45 minutes.
No, we watched more than that.
Hour and 15?
Yeah, something like that.
See, it varies.
It was a longer film, but there was still definitely an hour left.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like, they've nearly done what they're supposed to do. It wasn't a great story, and they nearly accomplished what they were going to do. And it was like, there's over an hour left. What's still going to be?
It only showed a couple of disaster bits.
Yeah.
And they were a bit naffed.
Yeah, it wasn't
very good. If you guys like it, fair dues. I do consider myself a aficionado of disaster films. They're my bread and butter.
Yeah, so it didn't have a gripping storyline either.
It's not great.
No.
No.
It started off well.
Yeah, it started with potential, didn't it? And it just didn't
go anywhere.
Something not right on it. Then we went to
Beautiful Creatures,
which we both had high hopes for.
Yeah.
It gave me a headache.
Yeah, so it was strange. It was
unnecessarily strange.
With stories and bits, quite near the start you have the inciting incident because you have what drives them forward to keep going.
That's right.
Still hadn't happened. Watch it really. There were hinting at things, but nothing really happened. It was like, yeah.
The thing is, I mean, yeah, we thought it was confused. We followed it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I thought it was fairly pointless to be perfect.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
I apologise again. These are only our honest reviews of what we think.
It could be very good later on. It could just be very slow at the start.
But I haven't got
But we've been watching quite a bit, and it was.
I'll give you an example. I stated that Hunger Games is one of my favourite. Now, we initially played that and turned it off.
Well, you turned it because it wasn't what you wanted at the time. No,
that's right. But it didn't really resonate very well. And to be perfectly frank with you, it's one of those rare occasions when I went to bed thinking about the film and wishing that I had gone further with it. And sure enough, the next day I watched it, and as I said, it's one of my favourites. Right. So
that was it.
That was all the films we watched.
Yep. Not much.
Depends what we're doing.
Yeah.
Alright. So.
No, we're on to the Wonderful.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to have a sip.
Yeah.
Sorry, people.
You little devil.
Right, so
what have we got first on the Weird and Wonderful?
We have got 3 fabulous dresses. So it's Fashion Week, people. This is my favourite out of the 3, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But then I love medieval
very nice
style anyway. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Well, it's flames at the bottom. It's like a steampunky insecty sort of bit in the centre.
I mean, I can imagine Audrey Hepburn in that quite easily. Incredibly beautiful lady.
And
So,
that one is it's going to be a different shape one, isn't it? That's why. Oh no, it's not. No,
it's
that's all the picture.
Yes, that is pretty much how it was. How it came in my bit. And
it's about a bee sort of bit, isn't it?
It is. It's a butterfly. I think you're fine, but yeah, it does have that bit. I'm just going to pull up my thingy doodah.
You pull up your thingy doodah, but don't do it in front of the camera. We don't want to get blocked on top of this.
Honestly, I asked you. Right, then we have steampunk soldiers. I just thought these were great. I don't think
they're a bit like.
I don't think they're nutcrackers. I believe
they are. No,
they're like drummer soldiers. Or
no, they don't have a nutcracker. It's got the bit in the centre.
I wasn't 100% sure.
The bit in the centre. On it. It's got the hole in the centre for the nutcracker bit. They may not work.
No.
They're designed on the nutcracker.
I just thought they were really nice.
Yeah.
So I like the quirkiness.
Yeah.
To be fair. Right, now that leads us on, I don't know why, to a plant called the Hands of Nature. I don't know anything else about it apart from that's what its name is.
Yeah. Who's the fingers?
I should have looked up people, but honestly, I forgot. And as I said, it was a bit of a peculiar week this week. Then we got a thing on ice flowers. Now this flower is not particularly plastic.
No, it looks like a sunflower that's covered in ice.
Yeah, it is. It's when nature is an amazing artist, a combination of beautiful seasonal flowers and freezing rain creates this wonderful visual of icicle formation. Oh, for God's sake, formation!
Put your teeth back in.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's terrible, people. I do apologise. Now, just because I felt like it, I also fancied putting an Indian pipe in. This fascinating plant, Montrupa uniflora, is definitely one of nature's weird wonders.
Yeah.
Because it has no cerebral. Oh, you know what I mean. No, you don't, do you?
No.
CHLOR.
Chloroform.
Chlorophy?
Yeah.
Something like
that. Chloroform was made grain.
Alright. And doesn't depend on photosynthesis. And yes, I know how to say that, which is not longer than the other one, but I know that word.
It's not chloroform, it's
Anyway.
Yeah.
The ghostly white plant is able to grow in the darkest of forests. Many people refer to this strange plant as an Indian pipe fungus, but it's not a fungus at all. It just looks like one. It's actually a flowering plant, and believe it or not, it's a member of the blueberry family.
Really?
The photos also is Nance Noel, and it was from a section Gardening Know-How. Yeah, I mean, they're quite wicked, aren't they?
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what, I really love that. Right. Now, when you see this,
you can't see what it says.
You can't see.
Basically, there we go. It's Frankly clearly Nancy's father.
So, of course, they're referring to Frank Werter from the Rocky Horror Show.
Yep.
And Nancy in Craft.
It's Craft, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, let me get on to this.
She says we're the weirdos and stuff.
She is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the first film.
I mean, honestly, we don't actually know that he's a father.
Well, no, he's not, is he?
No,
he's not.
Well, as far as we know, he's not. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the point is,
No, Frankenfurter was from space.
Oh,
From the planet Transsexual in the galaxy of Transylvania.
yeah, no, you're talking about the character, I'm talking about real life.
It's Tim
But
Curry.
yeah,
No, he's not.
No. I wouldn't mind guessing that they're related somewhere along the line, or at least share
I know something
very,
there. I know something there. Eh?
relations. What?
Switch.
Oh, yes.
In the film, the Switch, he was the head of the witches, and she was Mildred Bubble. Mildred Hubble.
Mildred Hubble.
Yeah.
I love that film. Right, so that now brings us to our cake of the week, which this week is
and I don't fit in either.
Cake. And isn't that gorgeous? It's actually, I mean,
it looks quite simple actually.
Yes, but fiddly.
Yeah. It's airbrushed on the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, it's fabulously done. It is beautiful.
The bit at the top, my mum did something similar sort of bits when I was younger. It was Transformers. She traced the icing, or traced them in from a book, and then iced over the top of the tracing paper, and then stuck them in the cake.
Right, we have also got a dragon sculpture.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I have no idea about this whatsoever.
It's metal.
But it is beautiful, and I saw that and I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to show you. I haven't got any details for it, unfortunately.
No.
And I don't know what its official name is, so, you know. Right, now we're on to that section that is relatively new, called animal shading. So we have
few of them quite like this.
For you. So this first one, I'll read out what the dog's one says.
Yeah.
It says, I climbed onto the counter and ate 6 raw bread rolls while everyone was gone. Then I threw them up at the vet's office and they said the whole room smelt like a brewery, which of course is the yeast in it.
Yeah, and the cat.
And the cat said...
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's such a cat thing. Really. Right, so our next one. Look at that face.
3 hours. 3 hours after that, the new screen book, I came through it like the Kool-Aid man.
No, we don't have a Kool-Aid man.
No, it's in America.
No one, what one is.
It's an advert. It's a track.
Oh, is it?
Kool-Aid. He goes, bang, and he blows through the walls. He bangs through the walls.
With you. But that dog is gorgeous.
Yeah. And
next
one. I ate Alexa.
Look at that face. How could you be angry at that face? He's sort of crossed between Cosy and Possibly. But he's gorgeous.
A Horgie?
No.
A Cusky.
Cusky. I like that. Yeah, who doesn't want a Cusky? Right. So, next, my darling peoples, we have got Beauty and the Beast rules. Didn't actually say that, it's just a set of rules, but it just reminded me of Beauty and the Beast, and it's my wooden thing. I like to show a nice wooden thing. I don't know how to put that really.
That's quite wicked.
It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is for people who have got room to have their drawers sticking out at angles. We don't. We have ours all together because we have space. We keep cleaning it. But they're still really cool drawers.
Yeah.
Right.
Next.
Now I've got a then and now section for you. So if you guys don't know, this is the princess from the Never-Ending Story, and that is Treyu. Again, from the Never-Ending Story. It's a lovely film, absolutely gorgeous film. and it's one of my favourites, but you would not believe what they look like now. Well,
2019.
2019. Right. Yeah. So Trey,
you wouldn't realise them at all.
Yeah, no, and she's very different. But I mean, you wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't think they were the same people. I mean, I know people change, and obviously they were made to look, especially if she was made to look quite ethereal.
Yeah.
The reason I say the princess is because I can never remember the name Bastian gives her, but I don't really want to give too much away in case you haven't seen the film. Watch it, it's brilliant, honestly. Yeah. It's just one of those nice fantasy films. Right. And there's also sequels. I love them, but
there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
And there's a TV series as well.
Right, now then, I've got this heading saying white shows everything.
My God, where the bloody hell has he been? Or she been, or whatever.
The biggest problem is, I mean,
can't tell, there's so much stuff over.
Little dust things as they go past. It's
yeah, but come on.
It does things, it's great. But yeah, where did it go? Wherever it went. And I did my own caption for this. Yeah. So I'm going to say it before you show the picture.
Yeah, right then.
I apologise if anybody takes offence.
Or small pot and shit.
But turd toast.
Lovely.
Evidently he had a cold body.
Yeah.
No, once I saw that and thought the caption up, I thought, I really can't wait to do that the caption. So I will just bung it in this week's. Just saying. Actually, both of those could have gone for captions. But again, they were, although this one wasn't lying down, the white hat one was, and I was worried I'd lose it. Right, now then, who remembers? Now, I have one of these at one stage on my bed.
Right. My mum had a doll. She had a poor old doll. The ceramic head and ceramic hands and feet at this point, because it's the French clown, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. They're also mimey, aren't they?
Yeah, but it says, yeah.
But no, I mean, I couldn't believe that when I saw that on my Back to the 80s page thing that I follow. I thought, oh, I'll screenshot that and show you guys. And I'm curious to know how many of you have it or seen it, or known somebody that has had it, or whether you've never seen anything like it before.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Now then, for the last couple of weeks I haven't had a nice bed one to show you, as far as I can remember, but I did find you one. So this
there we go.
Is a piano that is also a pull-out bed, which I think is fabulous. Now, this is actually from the 19th century.
Really?
I can't give you more detail than that, but it just goes to show you, I mean, you know, a piano wasn't cheap, but people had it a lot of the time as entertainment, and presumably it still works. I don't know. I
doubt it.
Sister-in-law, because she knows about pianos.
I doubt it if it worked.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, because on the picture inside, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but aren't they at the back anyway? And that seems
to
oh no, it wouldn't.
It's at the bit at the front.
It would be jolly embarrassing if your neighbours came round for a sing-song and the old child was open and you were laying there. Yeah, that wouldn't go down too well. It depends what you were doing, really.
Depends if they know Joanna.
Right, now then, this is cats walking over our rude word for 4,000 years.
Yep.
So, the first one, a paw print on a brick from Harappan period in India. C 3,300 to 1,300 BC.
That, was circa,
that's the word I was after.
Roughly sort of time,
And then the second one down down is an ancient Roman brick from England with cat paw prints. Then we have got as the last one, 15th century manuscript with inky cat paw marks across the text. So, not being funny, it just goes to show that cats have always demanded attention by doing something. And I just thought, this is beautiful. I had to tell you about this. Right, now this... Is it the next? Yes, it is. Oh, this is lovely.
Oh!
You know.
Oh, they are both wolves!
Right, they are...
Harvest mice.
They're harvest rats, apparently.
Oh, really?
Wrong.
You'll find they're mice.
Well, rats or mice, they're harvest anyway. They love the smell of the pollen and climb the flowers to eat the stamens nestled among the colourful petals, often falling asleep after a feast. The smallest mice, there you go, in the UK are only 4 centimetres. British photographer Miles Herbert is known for his sweet photographs of these little animals among the tulips. So that is a tulip. So can you imagine? I mean, there's 2 of them in there, and they. I just. Do you know? I saw this, and I.
What I said to you the other day, I saw a bit on Instagram. They wanted people to foster them, didn't they?
That's right.
Harvest mice. But you need a garden. They give you the box and bits like that. Try and get a breeding group, and so they go back into the wild and stuff. But
what I would say is, if you've got cats that are very much hunters, like my mum's, you couldn't do it. You wouldn't be doing it for them.
No.
So don't. If you've got any animals that are prone to attack other animals, don't do it. But if you have got garden space and you don't mind, go for it.
I'm guessing they would check. I'm guessing they would check with you and be.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they're endangered.
Because the idea is that they're going to put back like get rid of them.
Rather than even less.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's one of those ones, isn't it, basically?
Yep.
Right, guys, so this is the end of part 1.
Yep.
So join us in part 2, and we will come
with medical facts, Darren bits, and more fan stuff.
See you in part 2.
In a bit.